Hello, everyone. Welcome to 5 Minute Reviews.
Hello, I have joined.
It is Rob's turn to join us and do a review. Rob, what you got?
All right, give me the timer. I've got Shang-Chi versus the Marvel Universe.
All right. This is going to go over 5 minutes.
The covers, it doesn't need to, believe me. It will take you less than 5 minutes to read the whole thing. So the thing about this book is it's pretty misleading. Shang-Chi versus the Marvel Universe, the cover shows him pretty much having beaten up Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, The Thing, Thor. What you find out is what has happened at the beginning of this comic is his father, who is the leader of the Five Weapons Society, has died. And Shang-Chi is expected to kind of take it over. Well, what he's trying to do is to twist it from being this evil organization to like, hey, we're going to help people now. Like, this is what we're going to do. His younger sister, and when I say younger, I don't know how old she's supposed to be, but 12,
Right, she just looks very short.
Right. Like,
yeah. It's like a short 4-year-old woman.
Is very much against them doing good. It's like, no, let's just kill everyone. It's like, no, don't kill everyone. So at some point they're doing a heist and Spider-Man shows up. And it's like, oh, it's good to see you, Shang-Chi. Like, I guess it's supposed to be that Shang-Chi taught Spider-Man or Peter Parker kind of the martial arts part of what Peter Parker knows.
Yes, that is accurate.
So they very much act like that's the case. Like, hey, it's good to see you again, you know. But his sister's just like, no, let's kill every single time she's in a panel, it's how much she doesn't want to do good and how much she wants to kill people. Now, what I thought was misleading is they're going after this weapons ring and drug ring, and they find the guy, and ends up he's developing this drug that kind of makes people monstrous and like animal-like. And so I was waiting for him, like, okay, well, like Spider-Man and Shang-Chi seemed like they're getting along pretty good, but the cover had him beaten up. So like they got to fight, right? Well, they do, but it's because this bad guy like puts that weird monster thing on Spider-Man's head and it turns Spider-Man into a monster. And they have to fight Spider-Man. And then they do. And they're like, oh, thanks. Sorry, Spider-Man. Like, we had to beat you up. And then Spider-Man learns what he's trying to do and how he's like, oh, by the way, I've taken over leader of this, you know, this organization. And it goes immediately from like, oh, like I trusted you to now like, I don't know if I like that. It's like, Spider-Man, you knew the guy was good forever. Like, you know, and then at one point he's like, what does your spider sense tell you? And then disappears. So I don't know where they're going to go with this. It felt pretty loose. And like, they're like next month, Shang-Chi versus Captain America. I can only imagine it's going to be something fairly similar.
Yeah.
Where like somehow Captain America is a monster and he has to beat Captain America. So I don't know. I was wondering how they were going to pit Shang-Chi against the entire Marvel universe. And I guess this is one way to do it. I just didn't think this comic was very interesting. There was 2 or 3 pages at the beginning where he's like on a date and like
who I thought was his sister.
Right. And then he keeps getting texts from his sister, but it's like, why is he on the date? Like they could have skipped this whole thing.
Yeah.
Right to where it's like they're kind of fighting these drug dealers, weapon dealers, whatever they were, and Spider-Man shows up. One thing I actually really liked about this comic is some of the colorization and coloring in this and some of the shading on some of the panels. There's the panel where Spider-Man first shows up. He kind of webs the knife away from her, and then he's at the top. Like that panel and the way he's shaded and colored is amazing. There's some really good shots.
Looks like watercolor almost. It's really cool.
Yeah. But I think overall I'd probably give this Probably a
15 seconds.
2.5. Yeah. But yeah, good art. The story I think fell flat a little bit, but yeah, it was all right.
Okay, so the winning comic today was Far Cry.
Yeah, the Far Cry, the indie comic.
Losing Guatemala.
Yeah. The home fell flat.
So pick up Shang-Chi. You will anyways because there's a movie coming out.
Exactly.
Pick up Far Cry because it's surprisingly good. And don't pick up Home because it's better, but it's still crappy.
If
Just
you like
home.
that actor that I mentioned in the Far Cry thing, then you'll like the Far Cry comic. If not, it might be boring.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.